Good morning. Namaste, everyone. A very warm welcome to our live Shunya Talk show. For today's session, we are truly honored to be join our esteemed guide, Dr. Rajesh sir. Rajesh sir, good morning.
Good morning and namaste.
Namaste, Doctor. A very warm welcome to you, sir. So today we are studying Agama's Ekotara Agama. So it is a privilege have you us today. With us today. And as our practice before our study, so we will begin with our Shunya meditation. Let us now begin, Doctor. So I will be the reader for today. Um, Agamas as it is, Ekotara Agama, translated from Chinese to English by Sip Sutra Translation Department under the guidance of Dhyanacharya Nagajiva, Datik Dr. Lim Jin. Ekotara Agama, Volume 25, translated into Chinese by Gautama Sanghadeva, Tripitika Acharya of Kapisha, Eastern Jin Dynasty. Chapter 34, Samyak Drushti, the equal views. Ekotara Agamas 34.66. Thus I have heard. At one time, the Buddha was staying in Shravasti at Jetavana and Anantapindida's ashrama. At that time, the Bhagavan addressed the bhikkhus. There are 5 things in the world that are most unattainable. What are these 5? To wish that what is subject to loss does not get lost. This is unattainable. To wish that the dharma of destruction does not end. This is unattainable. To wish that the dharma of jara, old age, does not get old. This is unattainable. To wish that dharma of vyadhi, sickness, does not become sick. This is unattainable. To wish that dharma of marana, death, does not die. This is unattainable. These bhikshus are called the 5 things that are most unattainable. Whether a Tathagata appears in the world or whether a Tathagata does not appear, this Dharma realm eternally remains as it is and does not decay. There are sound of perishing, Jati, Jara, Vyadi, and Marana, whether arising or ceasing, all return to their fundamental nature. These bhikkhus are the 5 difficult to attain things.
Yeah.
You should seek the upaya to cultivate Pancha Indriya. What are these 5? They are called the Shraddha, faculty, Virya, faculty Smriti faculty, Samadhi faculty, and Prajna faculty. Because having practiced this Pancha Indriya, one then become a Srotapana, stream enterer, with family to family or one seed. One progresses to become a Sakradagamin, progressing further and addicting the 5 Samyojana. One becomes an Anagamin, attaining Parinirvan there and not returning to this world. Progressing further until the Kshaya of Ashrava, One achieves anashava, liberation of mind and liberation through prajna. One realizes this for oneself and roams freely, no longer subject to rebirth. This is known as it truly is. You should seek the upaya to eliminate the former five things and cultivate the latter pancha indriya. Thus, bhikkhus, you should train yourself. When the bhikkhus heard the Buddha's words, they followed it with joy. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So you can go to the first page. So now here you have to see what Buddha is teaching the bhikshus. He is telling that there are certain things you cannot attain in this world. This world has certain qualities. And what are these five things that are not something that you should try to attain? One, he's saying, is that you wish to not have anything lost. No, this world, when there is something gained, there is the nature of that thing that is gained to be lost again. Today, you might gain knowledge. Tomorrow, you might lose that knowledge with a new knowledge or with some other things, but you will lose what it is. Losing is the nature of this world, right? And that's why destruction is something that you cannot say that it should not happen or it should remain, something should remain permanent. It is not possible. So one has to know the nature of this world, and these are the five things that he's explaining. One, nothing is permanent. Second, if you go next page, you'll see he's saying that you don't want something to age. You want something to remain as it is, fresh. It cannot be so. Everything ages. Maybe slow, fast, but it will definitely age. So even expecting never to age, that is also a wrong wish. Then to wish to attain something that you should never be sick, you should never fall into that sickness. That's also not possible. So even somebody claiming that from today onwards I will attain in this world a state of no mental sickness, means I will never have anger, I will never have jealousy, I will never have hate. That's also not possible. These are the things of this world. They will be there with you. This is a sickness. But for sickness, there is medicine, then you need to take medicine for that also. So again, the nature of the world is also death. Means if something is born, it will definitely perish. So one has to accept this, that things are born and one day they will die. Things have started, one day they will end. If you understand this, then these five things you have absolutely got like the understanding. Based on this, you will be able to move forward in life. Now, here it is saying that whether we see this part here is that whether this, so everything has its nature, right? Everything has its dharma. So this dharma is going to remain with this world. Okay, you cannot change it, you cannot do anything to it. But what happens is he's telling that there is something that you can try which will help you to not get affected with this and instead use this dharma for your advantage. So he's saying that when you understand the nature of this world, you will be able to also overcome these difficult to attain things. And how is that possible? Because your journey to attaining the unattainable is suffering. When
Mm.
you realize these are not attainable, your suffering is over. You have now reached the state of nirvana. But there is a journey to do that. So if you go to the next, he's talking about pancha indriya. So he's
Mm.
saying that you should cultivate the pancha indriya. And what are these? First is faith. Faith is very important. You're spending a lot of time in trust, to gaining trust. You spend the whole life trying to acquire the skills, even though you know from inside that you can do it, but you still want to make sure that no, when this is there, when this is there, when this is there, when you're trying to make sure that you don't fail, you lose on time. And so faith is a faculty that has to be there within you as a quality. And when you have faith in things, faith in people, faith in things, situations, circumstances, your duties, your responsibilities, then you are actually able to handle skillfully these five unattainables. And even the unattainable is not going to affect you in any way. You will not be suffering because of faith. Second is virya, effort. Do not lie there doing nothing. Even with faith, you have to put in the effort. Effort is something so important that you might have all the talent in the world, but if that talent is not put on action mode, then it is useless. And many a times, because we want to gain trust, we don't put effort, because we still build trying to get the trust, we're trying to perfect things, and this whole process takes away that time. And you should know that in this world everything is going at a particular pace. Old age is going to come, sickness is going to come, your things, you're going to get lost, you're going to get old, you're going to die, everything is going to happen. So better use these faculties, the five faculties of faith, effort, awareness. People forget this most important one, is awareness. Awareness is the memory of everything around, and yet having the ability to work on one thing that is necessary. So awareness is all inclusive of all the faculties, so it's very, very important to have awareness. Samadhi means concentration. It also means a point of satisfaction, because only when you are satisfied you move on. When you are tired, you're tired, you rest for some time, but one point comes where you feel, now I am not so tired. I was tired, but now I'm okay, I can, then you start walking again. So samadhi is another faculty that will help you to move on in this world. It will not stop you. And last is wisdom, a faculty of pragya. Wisdom means application beyond the good and bad, based on what the situation is. Wisdom is something that you will help you open ways and doors. So you should have this faith, you should have effort, you should have awareness, you should have that satisfaction, you should have the wisdom faculty. And these five are very much important qualities that you need to have when you are in this world. Like if you're going inside the sea, you're going to do scuba diving or go deep inside where you cannot breathe. You still have your gear oxygen, cylinder you take, you put in the mask so that you breathe inside. Then you wear a dress, all those things. Why do you do that? Because that makes you feel comfortable inside, safe inside, and you can do that. So this is like the gear that you need in this world: faith, effort, awareness, concentration, and wisdom. Okay, one who practices this, okay, becomes a stream enterer. He can now jump into the sea, he can come in this world, he can now navigate himself in this world. And from with family to family means from one birth to another birth, means from one moment to another moment. If he keeps on living in this dress, he keeps on using these five faculties and moves on, he progresses and he becomes the once returner, the Shakratagamin. Okay, then he moves further, he takes away all those fetters that distract him and eradicate, by eradicating them, and he becomes much more aligned towards it. Then he becomes the Anagamin. He is becoming a non-returner. Then he's going so deep that at this stage he can become an Aranth, the one who has freed himself from all the defilements. He has nothing left that will bother him. His mind and body, speech, everything is liberated. You can see that when he walks, when he roams, you'll see him free. Nothing is stopping him, and it's like somebody who's without the gear suffering in water to breathe air. This man with all the gear of oxygen is swimming nicely, slowly with the fishes. You can see that. Okay, and this is the expedient means, the upaya kaushalya that you need to cultivate. And when you cultivate this, then the former five things are accepted as they are, because that's the nature of this world. And these pancha indriya, the five things that you will have within yourself, will help you navigate in this world. And I think that's what Buddha wanted to let us know, that it is important. Keep your faith, put in the effort, make sure that you are having concentration, samadhi. Okay, make sure that what were the other two? Can we go back? Yeah. So yeah. So here again, wisdom and awareness. So these are the five things we should always have within us, and this is cultivated with practice. Faith, when we practice shunya, we know we're going to get nothing, but yet we have the faith that it is going to make a better person out of us. We put in the effort of doing the 9 to 0, 29 to 0, 99 to 0, then we do the different belts. Then we cultivate awareness. What is happening? Am I getting distracted? Am I having pain? What are the problems? I'm able to feel that, yeah, I did my practice today. I have that satisfaction. I have been able to concentrate for some time. And I am now listening to the sutras. I'm following my teacher. I'm cultivating wisdom over a period of time. Okay, wisdom is cultivated. You cannot have that. Intellect can be gained in a short period, but wisdom comes over a period of time. I think for now, today, I think this is good enough, right? If we have any questions, we can take.
Yes, doctor. I need to understand one thing. So, 2500 years back, Buddha is saying this. So, it is applicable for today also. So, I think nature is as it is. So, only our thinkings and our vision only changed.
Absolutely.
Uh, yes.
No, no, change is the nature of things. We are exactly the way we were before. Our species before was struggling. Our
Mm.
species now is struggling. And our species in future will also struggle. Our species before wanted liberation. We today want liberation. Our future will also want liberation. At that time they understood. Today also we understand. In future we'll understand. We
Mm.
have been programmed to receive information, try it out, experience it, and learn from it, and then progress. So this is how our species will progress. So nothing has changed. No, we are just in a motion, a cycle.
Yes, doctor. A very beautiful sutra. If any questions are there in online, we'll take or else we'll wind up.
Yeah.
I think there are no questions for today's session, doctor.
Okay.
Very wonderful session, doctor. Like what you said in the beginning, understand the nature of world. So this is the very nice line and a very important line for us to understand what is nature. Thank you so much for your guidance, doctor, and very wonderful teaching. Thank you so much. Until next week, we'll continue our study. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Namaste.
Namaste.